you make more money.
PDRcontractors.com, developed to connect, promote, and advance the paintless dent repair industry. Start your membership today.
Feel the difference with CBD Direct Oils.
CBD oils may have the health benefits for your aches and pains. Hey, what's happening, everybody? Episode 218 of PDR Tool Time. I'm your host, Vince D'Alessandro, along with Daniel Grom, Hudson Tansey, John Renstrom, and we're here to entertain you for about 45 to 50 minutes, this great, glorious podcast. And we're going to bring you a lot of content. We're going to be talking about the PPP plan that has now been out by the SBA. We're going to talk about the raffle that we've been running, and hopefully you guys got a part of that. This does air the day the raffle happens, so make sure any last minute, if you're on there, get on there and buy something from these tool companies. And we're going to chime in and maybe call one or two guys that were part of the raffle. So everyone, how are you today?
Killing it.
Awesome.
I'm really excited to talk about y'all's PPs.
Yeah. Three P's.
PPP. Pop.
Yeah.
All right. So, man, how was everybody's week?
It's a roller coaster.
It is.
Enough of a roller coaster where it looks like something's happened to your head and face, Daniel.
Yes.
Yeah, it's like I was having fantasies about haircuts. Is that weird?
Yeah.
I mean, I was watching TV and I was looking at these actors that have really nice haircuts, and I was like, I want a haircut.
So you did it to yourself?
I watched a YouTube video.
YouTube University.
I
You can learn anything from YouTube.
Yeah. There's all kinds of barbers giving all kinds of how to give yourself a self haircut. And I got my clippers out, put my number 3 on there, and you go up and you flick. You got to flick. You got to flick out.
Why?
Look.
I did it.
Why do you flick?
That way it
move the hair.
It blends
out. It blends out when you do that.
Yeah,
See, look, here's I did my brother-in-law's haircut. This is before.
Yeah.
And he was like, I'm dying here. I need something. He's a clean-cut businessman. So
that's very nice.
Not too bad, dude.
yeah, look.
Oh, you cut
yeah.
hard line in
See?
there?
Yeah, you did. Dang.
So, I just run a number 4 all over, so I let my wife do it.
That's good. Did you do the beard at the same time?
No, actually, my beard's on a different schedule. I have to do that every other week in order to keep that. My hair I can do once a month, but I really should do it in the same schedule.
Nice. Now,
my wife made me finally trim my mustache. Yeah. My first time in my life ever, my mustache was long enough to where I had to use like wax to keep it from going into my mouth.
Yeah.
And it started curling up like those old evil men that would tie people onto the train tracks.
The villain.
Snidely whiplash.
Yeah. And my wife is like, you got to do it. I'm like, what? And she was like, every time I kiss you, it goes up my nose. I'm like, so? She's like, it makes me not want to kiss you. I'm like, all right, I'll trim it.
Okay. Well, oddly enough,
I know you were dying to know that, Vince. That's why I told the story.
Yeah, no, that was awesome. I was going to say something about your hair, and I forgot. Oh, Mike, I wonder what's going to happen with this the new norm, right? Because I know different parts of the country have different lockdowns, and some guys are laid up, and others are out and about, running around like nothing happened. But look at all the barbers and. We've all been, not everyone, but majority of us in our big cities, we've been doing delivery, having everything delivered, our food, our restaurants and all that. But my wife found a food service that is $10 a month to deliver all our groceries. It doesn't matter if she orders every day or once a month. It's $10, and it's all the big grocery stores. And I'm like, well, you need to get out. My wife's type 1 diabetic, and she's not exactly super healthy right now, so she really doesn't want to be out. But is that going to be the new norm? Are we going to get so comfortable with Amazon and food delivery that we're not going to go out as much?
I think this is fast track that.
Well, the big question I want to know is, are we going to be able to keep alcohol deliveries from restaurants.
Texas is our governor just said, like, we're just going to keep it.
I heard there is issues with it though. There's a lot of underage drinking because when they deliver it, they don't check.
Oh,
really?
Yeah.
Yeah. That'll be some regulation. Have to go into that.
And whoever sold it is responsible.
You guys in the city and all of your city stuff. Now, see, I can keep my Amazon deliveries, but ain't nobody running groceries out to my place. Now, if you live in town, yes.
Yeah.
When it comes to alcohol, South Dakota is
a dry state.
It's like the dumbest. They left off alcohol and tobacco off the ATF out here. I can get a gun. Not a problem.
Right.
But I can't order me in any cigars. I can't order in any alcohol. You can't legally ship me either of those two items.
Right.
Wow. Maybe they should throw some like cigars inside the barrel of your gun that you
we got to smuggle our alcohol and tobacco inside our firearms if we want to get something delivered up in this area.
Up in here.
So where I'm out in the country, there's no such thing as food delivery. So I mean, if we order our Amazon, everything, but that's been a way of life for quite a while.
Well, you know why? You know why that all is? You know why, right? It's because of this right here.
Donald Trump don't trust China. China is asshole.
Yes. China is asshole.
But, in a rural area, I mean, once we're outside of town up here, you are outside of town. There's nothing.
John, I'm kind of in the same. I'm in the quasi middle because where I am, it's like slowly getting. Like I am 1 mile away from about 10 acres full of cows and longhorns and horses, and then I just go like a few more blocks away, and it's straight up like Starbucks, Target, Chick-fil-A.
Yeah,
all. But
if you drive 40 minutes north of where you're at. It's pretty much nothing. That's what it's like 1 mile outside of the city limit sign around here in every town.
Yeah. What's crazy is our county that I'm in, they're a little bit different. They're like super conservative and like even more conservative than our conservative governor. And the governor was like, hey, everything can open back up to 25% capacity for like restaurants and stuff like that. But
everyone.
Yeah, but gyms and like salons and barbers shops and stuff like that still need to chill out and not open up. Well, then our county judge was like, nah, the barbershop's going to open and stuff like that. So there's this like conflicting thing. So this one barbershop decided to go ahead and open up based upon the county judge. And then they freaking came and like shut them down and threatened to fine everyone inside there if they didn't leave. Because of the full on Texas ordinance, I guess overrules the, city
local ordinance.
The local county ordinance.
Yeah.
So there's all these mixed things going on right now. Like what is okay, what isn't.
Yeah. No, there is. And even out here, I'm in Orange County and LA County beaches are closed and Orange County beaches got closed down because too many people, quote unquote, showed up last week at all the Orange County beaches. Not all of them. A few of them opened up, the rest stayed closed. But they practice social distancing. But of course, the freaking media, they show angles where it looks like there's like 10,000 people packed into one thing. But you look at the aerial view and everyone is kind of dispersed properly and this and that. And what is the difference between being on a beach or being in a Walmart?
Yeah.
That's way more.
And what doesn't make more sense is that they close those things down. But city parks are open. So everybody will go to city parks. No,
not here. City parks are
I was
closed.
just going to ask the difference between Vince, you're outside of LA, and Daniel, you're outside of San Francisco.
Yeah.
So what are you guys kind of seeing between those two areas? Daniel, your city parks are open?
No.
But he's out in the boonies a little bit off in San Francisco.
It's actually changing day by day. We don't even know. I have no idea. We had our first protest in our town, though, to open things up, which was really, really encouraging for the first time. But you go down one street from me and go to the underpass, and it's all of a sudden it becomes a homeless tent city.
Yeah,
and they have an injunction against moving those people right now. There's a federal injunction, and that's why nobody can do anything about it. But they're freaking right on top of people, which, answer me this question.
Be kind, Daniel.
Why hasn't this virus hit the homeless population?
It has.
Maybe it has.
It has.
I haven't heard.
I'm going to say it has. Yeah, but it's never going to be reported.
It just won't be reported. I mean,
Yeah, and those people won't go in.
The biggest mission down in downtown LA, like 80% of them are sick, and it's part of the large numbers in LA County. Long Beach alone is a city of 500,000 people, and I just checked today. We have 745 cases in the city of Long Beach, and we're pretty packed in here. We're a beach city, and pretty urban.
Yeah.
That's not a lot of cases, but a lot of those are either elderly or homeless people that they have to record them as well.
Yeah. See, out here, out here, you would not know anything's going on unless you want to get a haircut or go eat at a restaurant. That's the only way you'll know something's going on. My wife and I had ordered a cabinet from Lowe's in a month ago. It finally came in. We went to pick it up first thing, 9 a.m. yesterday morning. That store was packed. There was hardly no parking spaces. Traffic was a madhouse. I mean, there was like all 20 cars on the road. It was a flat out nightmare. You had to wait. It was crazy.
Yep.
But honestly, the whole time, it wasn't really that noticeable that there was shutdown unless you were trying to get a haircut or eat at a restaurant.
Yeah. Down here, like my wife and kid went up to San Francisco up by Daniel last week for a week, and they went on the Golden Gate Bridge, and there was people riding their bikes and walking across the Golden Gate Bridge with my wife and kid and stuff like that. Some had masks, some don't. Everything. I think there's just an awareness, like, you know what, we probably shouldn't be right on top of each other. Let's just keep that 6 foot distance and type of thing.
Yeah.
But we can go about our daily lives.
Yeah. And then down here, there's no traffic. And what I found is a lot of and I talked to my buddy that's the port maintenance guy down at the city of LA, port of LA, and everything's being fast tracked. So all that government funding for all these projects that have already been funded last year are now being fast tracked, and they're getting all this shit done fast. Like the 405 freeway has been under construction. And they're like, it's not going to be done till 2022. Well, half the bridges are already done.
That's awesome.
Everything's getting sped up because there's no traffic to impede on them.
Yeah,
that's awesome.
Interesting.
There are positive things that are coming.
Now here, I know you guys have both, talked to me a little bit about, South Dakota and that Smithfield pork processing and what happened there, because that made such extreme national news.
Yeah, that's owned by China, right?
Donald Trump don't trust China. China is asshole.
There we go. I got it right that time.
Not only is it owned by China, but part of the reason why that spread so fast was a whole series of things. One, it was an essential business, so it was never going to get closed down.
Yeah.
Okay. Number two, shift change. All shift changes occurred at the exact same moment in time. That means every employee for the plant was in the locker rooms all at the exact same moment in time.
Like the whistle blows, they get off. The next ones are coming in.
Yep.
High-fiving each other.
Heavy, close interaction. Yeah. And thirdly, the company wanted nobody taking time off, so they offered a $500 a month bonus if you did not miss a day of work.
Oh.
The things that don't get reported.
Imagine if you only had some symptoms, but you're not making dent guy money. $500 is a huge chunk of change.
Yep.
People were encouraged to go to work no matter how they felt because it was money in the bank.
Yeah.
You created the perfect storm.
Yep.
That it didn't matter what you did, there was not going to stop the spread of that disease through that company.
Yeah. That, and also the fact that
Donald Trump don't trust China. China is asshole.
See?
Right.
Okay. Moving on.
Let's talk about the PPP.
Yes.
Now, the guy that I'm helping and working with, he got his.
Excuse me? What?
Let's talk about your PPP, Daniel. It's your favorite subject.
Man, that's very personal. We need to warn everybody. This show will have psychological nudity right now.
Oh, good one.
All right. So you guys get your payroll protection. So lots of small companies are getting it now. We all got boned in the first round. We're starting to get it in the second round.
Yep.
You guys get yours, Vince?
I did. I bank with Chase, and I finally got mine. It doesn't mean that I'm not going to bank with Chase in the future, because as soon as this all blows over, I'm pulling every single dollar that I have with Chase and putting it into a local small bank like Daniel has. He got his right away.
And that's what
I just got my my promissory note to sign and was reading through that. And, basically you've got to keep really strict records on everything.
Yes.
And then you've got to reapply to be forgiven with it in the contract. And so you better be ready for, documenting everything.
Yeah. Including who's getting the money, where it all goes, what's being done with it. Yeah. It's pretty crazy.
I don't have a problem with that because I have a payroll service and that's all documented. And
me too.
I'm going to use it for rent, which is easily documented.
Yeah.
And then the rest is the 25% could be used for bills for the business. And so, that includes electric, gas, anything that, gas for the vehicles to keep them running and stuff like that. So at that point, if there's a few $1,000s left over that I need to pay back, big deal.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah, exactly.
So Chad banks with the local bank here, and they were right on top of it.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So they were really good to deal with.
It was still stressful trying to, wait it out and waiting to hear, and then it was really disappointing not getting in the first round.
Yeah.
And then seeing on the news that these big companies, these big companies that, don't need it. That was really frustrating.
Like Harvard.
Yep.
Yeah.
No, I'm going to be honest with you. And, I brought this up to Daniel when we were talking about this privately, and he had a good point. And at the point of last week when I got it over the week. I got it on Friday, and it was deposited on yesterday morning. Boom, there. What I talked about with Daniel is the fact that a week ago when I was bitching and complaining about the big ones that got it, and I really didn't need it. Yes, my sales are down, but I run my business responsibly, and I have money in the can just in case things do go bad. But it's like I've never depended on someone to help my business grow or stay sustainable. Am I saying
Sustainable.
That right? Sustainable.
Yeah.
So it was kind of weird, to try and get money. And Daniel's like, well, you know what? The government disrupted your business and cost you a lot of money. So it's like, okay.
Yeah.
That made sense.
Yeah. They drove a freight train through all of our businesses.
Yeah.
And, I had the same attitude, I'd like to do everything myself, not rely on some, but they have some responsibility in that.
Exactly.
And now the information that we're starting to find out about this whole thing, they could have done it differently and better, and they didn't. And frankly, I think everything should be opened up again, except for maybe a few hot spots,
No, I will. Sorry.
We had some heavy discussions about this and, the implications of doing it, business wise. I've always prided myself, my wife and I, of not relying upon others. Chad, that I'm working with, he is the same way. So we really discussed this as he was thinking about applying it. And kind of what we came to is, okay, so the federal government's going to take our tax dollars that comes from each of us small business, and we're just going to bloat the crap out of major companies constantly. Every single time they privatize all the profits, and then they publicize all the losses. And that all comes from us.
Yep.
This is one time where we get a little bit of what we paid in back.
Yeah.
Just that little bit. And even though we don't need the money right now, there could be ripples and implications of this crap for 6 or 8 months. And you might need that money in 6 months.
It's going to be longer than that.
Yeah.
Exactly. So apply. Go ahead, Dick. Hudson.
Yes. I will say this. I know a lot of people that are getting frustrated about like the larger companies getting it before some of the smaller companies. There's some larger companies that don't need it. Like, Harvard, who has like a $4 billion endowment. Like, you don't need, like, you got $4 billion sitting there. You don't need the government's help. And they gave it back. All right. They gave back but these larger companies that did get it before the smaller companies, but we can't forget that they employ way more people. So the larger companies getting that before the smaller companies do, though it kind of stinks, it does help the larger whole quicker.
Yeah, but they should have been last, not first in line.
And when you're a publicly traded company, you could sell stocks to get capital. That's what Shake Shack did. They gave back their money, and then they sold a whole bunch of their shares and generated like $500 million to get through the crisis.
Yeah.
No.
I just don't want to demonize, the big companies for getting it first, because it still is helping the little guy.
Yeah.
Well, I agree with you, Hudson. I'm not going to demonize the companies for doing it. I mean, the money was out there to grab. Yeah. The banks that prioritize those loans strictly to put big money in their pockets.
Yeah, that's not good.
Because they were getting paid per loan. What was it? 5%? Let's just say it was 5%. It might not have been 5%, but let's say 5% to fund a loan. Would you rather fund a loan that's $20 million for 5% or $20,000 for 5%?
Yeah.
Exactly. Exactly. And that's where I think it was all criminal and done wrong.
Yep. Yeah. Capitalism's great until you remove the morals.
Right. Well, there's also another opinion of this, and we'll just talk about this and move on. The way that it was explained to me with Chase is that you have a commercial banking of Chase, and then you have the business banking of Chase. These large corporations that employed 500 or less, just teetering on 500, they are corporate. They are commercial bankers, right? So their pool of commercial business banking is smaller than our pool of businesses, right? So they dedicated people to do the commercial business banking and get them to PPP, and they dedicated a lot more to our end, which are just small businesses, but they got through their pool really quick because it's a smaller pool. They're in the kiddie pool, even though they're bigger than us. The kiddie pool got funded before the big boy pool.
Just sheer volume alone is why
they got it before. Yeah.
Yep.
I could see that.
Does that make sense?
It's extremely complicated. The whole setup is extremely complicated.
Yeah.
But
yep.
The whole thing's a mess.
This whole pandemic is definitely changing the outlook of a lot of people and just the way they look at things, Yeah. Like there's been a lot of things, like, I'll tell you what, I'm a centrist politically, but man, this whole thing, I'm like, man, 30.3 million people have now filed for unemployment. And in our country, typically the way it works is you get health care through your employer. Yeah. So we're at 30.3 million people that are losing their employment, which means they will potentially lose their health insurance in the middle of a pandemic. And so I would never go full Bernie Sanders on anyone, but I'm like, maybe England or Canada's system, not their whole system, but like maybe a little bit of mix of both. Like if a pandemic hits, maybe people get to keep their insurance, that's kind of scary. That'd be scary. I
think a lot are keeping their insurance because because when you lose your job under this, I believe most corporates are required to keep that insurance policy alive for 6 months.
Yeah.
I have seen that on several.
Cobra. Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah. I've talked to some big companies, and they're all telling me the same thing. Basically, when they have to hire people back, they're not hiring everybody back. Yeah. They're going to be running leaner and meaner, and they've made a list, an A, B list, and they're hiring back the A's, and the B's can go pound sand. And so you're going to see a lot of unemployment.
All right. You know what? We could go on for this for hours, but I say let's talk about something fun.
Yes.
About these raffles and the tools stuff. I mean, that we've been promoting that free shipping with several tool companies every week. Now I know I wasn't on last week's podcast, but man, it's going awesome.
Yeah, let's talk about how our listeners in the dent techs are fighting against this whole pandemic by supporting our tool companies. We are taking it to our own hands. You guys are taking it into your own hands. And it's been really, really awesome seeing the amount of orders come in during this for the highlighted tool companies. We've had several conversations with several companies going and saying like, you know what, like we're like, yeah, sure, why not? Like that'd be cool. Not, being overly optimistic, because right now it's a very pessimistic time. And they said like they didn't expect to get the number of orders they got. And that's all because of you guys who listen. Like, thank you for showing up and supporting our tool companies.
Yeah. And, I think it was Hudson that brought up a good point when we started planning this, is that, a lot of these tools, they might not be expensive, but shipping is expensive. So, it was an opportunity for us to kind of capitalize, us technicians to capitalize on the tools that maybe we didn't want to get because, that tool was $25, but it cost $15 to ship because of the size of it or whatever. And it was kind of outrageous. So, I mean, it really was a good thing for everyone involved.
Agreed.
I know, like Anson, I talked to Christina, and I said, how's it going? She was just blown away by the gratitude. She had so much gratitude. We have so much gratitude. I work for Anson, for all the people that stepped forward in the first week. And, I know, Hudson, you talked to Kiko, you talked to Zimmerman. What do they have to say?
Yeah. I mean, what I just said, Kiko, they were like, man, wow. Yeah. They got a bunch of extra orders in that they weren't expecting, that they were like, holy, cause you guys know that Kiko has their body shop. They're doing a lot of stuff with body shops right now.
Yeah.
And so actually the body shop sales have overcome PDR sales because, body shops are buying huge kits, which are thousands of dollars, and dent guys are mainly buying these, $5 to $10 packs of tabs. But what they're seeing is because of this thing, the PDR side is kind of carrying them through this pandemic, especially with that little steroid shot we just gave him with the PDR tool time thing. And then Todd Zimmerman, I talked to him, and he was skeptical because who wouldn't be, and he said that they got a good number of orders in that was helpful. And Todd doesn't have Todd's his stuff,
a small product cheap. Line.
Yeah, he has a small product line, and it's not cheap because it's really well made and great. It's fantastic.
But it's also big. The hood stand, to ship that silly hood stand out, the thing's lightweight, but it's a monster.
Yeah.
So the guys that ordered that, man, talk about the best time to buy that is with that free shipping.
I'll tell you what, I kind of wish that I would have bought the hood stand now, because I'm looking into buying a mattress to upgrade my work van, because Mercedes-Benz has 0% interest for 60 months on their commercial vehicles.
There you go.
60 months, 0% interest. And I'm like, crap, I think I got to capitalize on that deal.
Yeah, it's not too late. You still have time.
Yeah.
Oh, no, Stuckey's was last week. We don't have Stuckey anymore. Not Stuckey, Carbon Tech.
Yeah.
Yep.
But what cool, if you're listening right now, you still have 2 days to buy from these companies. Do we know what companies?
Pull it up.
I'm going to pull it up for us.
Yeah, you better pull up that list.
I'm pulling it up because I forgot so many like an idiot.
Hudson, you kind of brought up something, you're talking about moving around and shipping stuff. We've had these giant sales, everything like that. And, man, I'm kind of changing my whole business outlook when it comes to PDR. So one of the things that I did do was I'm carrying Milwaukee batteries and chargers to run glue guns. I'm carrying wheelchair batteries and chargers to keep that maintained. And now I'm switching. I called Carl Stuckey up with this sale thing, and I ordered another Stuckey light and glue gun. I'm getting rid of everything except for Stuckey and Snap-on. That'll be only batteries I'm carrying, and the only equipment I carry that takes any power will be powered by one of those two batteries only.
Nice.
Now, let me ask you this, guys. What time should I run the raffle today?
I think you should wait till the end of the day so we give everyone every opportunity.
Okay, because I'm on West Coast, so I'm going to be 3 hours behind the East. So
I think you should do it at the end of your workday.
End of my work day.
Before you go home.
I agree. I agree.
So that'll be 4 o'clock. We'll do a 4 o'clock.
4 o'clock Pacific Standard Time.
Yeah, 4, 5, 6, 7. That's 7 o'clock East Coast.
East Coast.
And the companies that we have for this week, you have basically the last few hours here. You have Ultra, Pro PDR Solutions, Precision Dent Tools, Revolution Tools, Edgy Tools, Elimident, Mobile Tech Shade, Dentman Tools, Magnatech Mat, Get a Grip, Dent Reaper, Willey Quick Tools, B&D Tools, VIP Tools, and Dent Stuff Tools. Now, does anyone have that list of what we're giving away up that you could read those off?
I don't. I had the tool companies up.
Okay. All right. Well, I have.
Basically, we got a bunch of crap. We got 10 giveaways this time?
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Yes, 10 on the button.
We've got about 10 giveaways. And hey, John, have you used an Elimident Hellite yet? The big one?
What's a Hellite?
No, I haven't had a chance.
The Hellite, man, I have that thing. I finally got it all hooked up. It is a beauty. It
looks sharp, and knowing anything like from them.
Take 2 Stucky lights and stack them on top of each other, and that's like how many lights you have, how wide it is. Yeah. It's which
I have it.
You have it?
Yep.
As a hill guy, John, having something that wide, is that beneficial for whenever you're doing like a roof or a hood?
Oh, absolutely. The less you have to move your light, the faster you get stuff done.
Yeah, man. I think if someone, for a guy like me, the Stucky light's great because it's moving. But I'm with that. I'm hoping with upgrading my van, I'll have more room to keep my Elimident Hell light out. So whenever I do, yeah, go ahead.
There's what you're talking about, Hudson. More room. And there's something to keep in mind, as you know, all of you mobile guys and talk about that all the time. Space and got to carry everything, and that's why I'm slimming down my batteries and everything else. Is out here where I'm going to work, I'm going to be running and gunning, so I could be in different towns up to 200 miles away. Nice. So I don't want to be carrying. My 4 wheelchair batteries have gotten me through since 2013. They're all 7 years old.
Wow.
Still use them every day, but that's 4 heavy batteries I have to pick up and move every day.
I'm with the upgrading of my van. I'm hoping to set up an entire system where I can run like a heat gun just for my van. I don't have to be like, I want to create an entire battery system in my van so that I can do a heat gun, a blower fan if I need a blower fan on really hot days. I want to be able to run all that and be completely not have to rely upon like a customer's electrical. Yeah.
What battery system do you have?
I don't have it yet. I need a. I'm a Makita guy.
Makita. Okay.
Yeah. I know
I switched over to Milwaukee and I bought a battery heat gun from Milwaukee, and I was I'll be honest with you, I was a little disappointed with it. Yeah. Number one, you have to hold the trigger down.
Yeah.
It won't let you automatically hold it in, and you have to be pretty close to the panel to get it warm.
Yep.
So it's not something you use all the time. But I do find it has its use, and I'm not disappointed that I don't have it. I'm glad I do have it because I use it every once in a while. Okay. But I don't know if the DeWalt one's any better.
Do you use it just because you bought it at this point, or it's like, oh damn, I just spent $200 on this thing, I got to use it now?
Yeah. No, I'm glad I have it. It does definitely, it's convenient not having a cord and just be able to grab it and push it on. I mean, where I use it the most of the time is when it's cold out and I want to heat up when I'm glue pulling and you can't get the glue off, I'll heat it up.
Just to flash it.
Yeah, to get it off.
Yeah.
I use it for that reason a lot of times.
Yeah.
So
let's, we've been talking about this, but can we give Rob from Willey Quick a call?
Yeah. Speaking of which, I bought his new tool cart, and I got it in on Friday, and I had to leave work early Friday.
Oh, that sucks. That's the
so
worst.
I didn't get a chance to set it up, but I would love. I can't wait.
I like the size of that thing.
Yeah.
The problem with a lot of tool carts is you get them and they're so big, you end up not wheeling them around the car.
Man, I move mine.
Yeah. I move mine all the time too, Hudson.
I have a large TDN. I have a large TDN cart and I still move it around.
Yeah. Yep. Okay.
Hudson and I have the same 48-inch TDN cart.
Oh, you have the big one?
The
big boy.
And I I go everywhere with it.
Yep.
But talking about the chargers, and part of the reason why I'm going with all Stucky is Stucky's also putting me together a 6 battery charger. So one plug-in charges 6 of the batteries.
Okay, so I'm going to call Rob here. He's not expecting our call. So for our listening audience, we're recording this on a Sunday morning. It's almost 9 a.m. on the West Coast, so it's 10 a.m. there. Let's see if he's awake. He can't be too busy doing hail damage. There's no hail going on in Colorado, is there?
Everybody's still fixing last year's stuff. It depending upon where you're at.
Yeah.
And that's what I'm still doing is last year's hail.
Yeah. Yeah.
So there's quite a bit.
Well, we'll see if he calls.
Hey, Vince, what's happening?
Hey, Rob, how you doing, buddy?
I'm doing pretty good, and you?
Good. Hey, I got you on the podcast here with the other 3 gentlemen, John.
Oh, do you?
Yeah, is that all right?
Actually, I'm working.
Okay, we'll just keep you on for a couple minutes. We just wanted
sure.
We just wanted to check in with you to see how the raffle was going, if you guys noticed any traction with that.
Yes, we're getting quite a few orders coming through, so it's been real good.
Awesome.
Yeah.
And what about your tool cart? I have it at my shop. I have not been at my shop to assemble it yet.
Okay. Well, it won't take you long to assemble it. That was part of the idea, was to make it pretty quick to put together. And we're selling them real good right now.
Awesome.
People are real excited, and we've had a lot of good reviews on it so far. We even have some out in the UK already.
That's awesome.
Nice.
Now you do have there's sold out of one of them already, right?
The carbon fiber leg one. Mm-hmm, that's correct.
Okay.
So we are going to have some more of those back in stock here. We're hoping by the end of next week.
Okay. And could we look forward to them being sold anywhere else, or is it just strictly through Willey Quick Tools right now?
At this point right now, that's all we have as far as we haven't reached out to anybody else, just making sure that they're all going to be going the direction we want them and everything's going to work out on them, and keep getting good reviews on them. And then we'll reach out to the Anson and the other distributors.
Awesome. That's great.
Maybe Dent Craft or something.
Yeah.
Not sure yet.
This is Daniel. I think you hit a home run on the size of that thing. I think you found a space where, there wasn't really a good alternative to go with. And I think you nailed it with the size.
Oh, great. Thank you. We try to keep the size down. When Bobby and I go on the hail trail, we try to minimize our tools as much as we can. To keep them lighter as possible. And then also, some of the guys are liking them because they'll actually fit into a standard size suitcase once they're packed down.
Oh,
and, they can, you could fly it wherever you wanted to. I don't know what you do with your other tools. Maybe put them in a soft bag or something else, or a gun case, and you fly somewhere.
But so that's a good piece of information, man. Fits into a normal suitcase. So,
I saw that. I saw that.
You might
video.
have to. Go ahead.
Oh yeah, I saw the video that you guys posted of that, and it was incredibly impressive. It almost looks like the size of like a laptop bag. That's how small it looks.
Well, actually, it was that was what we took it out to MTE, and we actually flew it out there with us because we were that far behind on what we were doing with it. So, so we put it in the bag and flew it with us. We found out that it worked out pretty good, and there we just had to put a couple less pair of pants in there.
Yeah.
So.
Well, cool. Listen, Rob, we don't want to keep you from work. One last thing. Thank you very much for donating the door prop for our raffle, and keep on pushing. And hopefully we'll hear from you soon.
Awesome, man. Great. Thank you guys. Much appreciated.
All right. Take care now.
See you, Rob.
Bye.
So we'll put a link to Willey Quick Tools website there and to that carbon fiber cart.
It is Willey, by the way. It is not Willey. Yeah.
Darn it.
I felt very uncomfortable when I first met the man. I said, is it Willey or Willey? He's like, it's Willey. I'm like, okay.
Yeah.
I bought some stuff from their website last night.
Nice.
I got their, you can take their prop that they have.
Their props are awesome.
Yeah, which I use. I love.
Yeah.
And I use theirs. Theirs is quicker. And then I have the B&D one, but the B&D with the extension.
Yeah.
Is what I use whenever I need it a little bit taller, because that goes a little bit taller than the Willey Quick one does.
Yeah.
But you can now take the Willey Quick, and if you don't have, like if you're working on a Jeep, you can't double latch it.
Right.
then they have it where it's like a rubber cap that fits onto the top and bottom, and then they have a rope ratchet, and it's like $25.
Yeah, for the
and it
can.
comes in this little, they call it the gravy can.
Yeah. The gravy can, yes.
Yeah, so I got that, and I think I got one other.
You know what? I'm gonna have to get that. Thank you for reminding me. I'll go order that right now.
There you go. Hey, it's free shipping. You should do it now.
Yeah. And then I bought, I went to VIP last night and bought because I already have like the half moon, the metal half moon that he does.
Yeah.
And he has a peak one now. Mm-hmm. And I'm thinking that with peak in that shape, because the half moon, if you get too aggressive, you can make lots of dimples, and that peak will be just a little bit softer.
Yeah.
To maybe do less of that. I don't have that problem much because I'm pretty good with my finesse game on the hammer work, but every once in a while you'll get a soft metal in it.
Now, did you guys get the any VIP's Battleship or Black Mamba?
I did, but I don't know which one's which.
Okay, well, Black Mamba is black, and it's peak.
Okay.
The Battleship, they call it Battleship Gray. It's not completely black, but it's a harder material.
Now he told me that the black was not peak; it was a new material.
Okay, it's peak like then. Maybe I'm speaking wrong. Yeah,
it's peak like, but he said it's very different.
Yeah. Well, my point is, it's not like I like one or the other, but I use the Battleship Gray one a lot more. It's very reminiscent. It feels like the same materials as Dead on Dents.
Yeah.
Firing pins and stuff like that. Yeah. Pee-wee. The problem is you can never get Dead on Dent stuff because we don't know what's going on at that camp. Very difficult to restock on things out of there. So
the Battleship Gray, if you get the smallest tip, I've broken two of them. It's just
same with the VIP though.
Was it VIP?
I'm saying not VIP.
Was that the Dead on Dent or the VIP?
Dead on Dent.
Okay, I've broken the Dead on Dent one.
Yeah, the sharpest tip. But what Peter told me with the Black Mamba, it's like that same material, but it won't break. I don't know.
But it seems softer to me than
the
Battleship. It does.
Yeah.
But the Battleship is sleek.
Yes.
It doesn't mar. That's why I like it.
That's why I like it too.
They're both great tips.
They are.
I'll say this. I've been on everyone's I've been going on everyone's website. I've been on like all these different tool companies' websites the past couple weeks, past 3 weeks. And VIP's done their website. They've done a great job. Very easy to navigate, very easy to find things. Willey Quick had a great website.
Yeah.
There's a couple of websites. I'm just like, man, this is way too bogged down and hard to find things.
Well, but you know what's cool, and you guys might not have noticed, but I've been working with the Anson web designer to fix the Anson website quite a bit. And
it needs it.
There's been a lot of trouble with the searchability of Anson. Not anymore. Yeah. You start typing in stuff in the search engine and it starts coming up properly. So that is one thing that has been fixed. I want everyone to know it is now easier to order tools from AnsonPDR.com.
Keep that up.
Through the search. So we're still improving it, and it's going to be great.
If we're going to give an award to a website, I'd probably have to give it to Kiko. They're from start to finish, and the way you get notifications after the purchase and that whole process is 5 stars, man. They've got it down.
Yeah, I think that's Kenny Austin there. He's kind of an evil genius with all that stuff.
Yeah, he kills,
but not evil.
Because we all know how hard that is. You know.
Yeah.
So.
Well, that's awesome.
Going back to Willey Quick, real quick.
Willie Quick.
Willey Quick. Their small door jammer is unbelievable. It's really so freaking good. Yeah. Get the small one. I don't even use my bigger one unless I really need it. But the small one is so small. And it's so convenient. And
for what though? I mean, what?
Just as a regular door jammer, but I also use it, and I use it as a hood prop because it's so small. Sometimes if you're working in the back of the hood, sometimes, or even the front of the hood, you don't need it up that high. Yeah. Otherwise, you got to get something to stand on.
Yeah.
and having it low can be an advantage. But I use that thing a lot, and I really like it. I like it.
I'm just not. I'm the other camp. Like I'm like, why would I want a door only to open up, 3 inches? Like, why not just open it up 9, 10, 11, 12 inches and really give me all the room I need to push?
Because there's times when you're working in the front of the door through the bottom and you can't get a reflection.
Yep, exactly right. That's what I was going to say as well, Vince. That front of the door.
Okay, but the point of making is if you have to buy one or the other, I would go with the long one first.
Gotcha.
I go with both.
I'd go
with both. But if you are in a financial predicament during a pandemic, and you're having to choose between one or the other, I personally would say go with the longer one.
I would say use a stick and some rope if you were financially.
Take a broomstick
and feed your family.
Like Chuck Norris.
All right.
So awesome. Okay, so just to recap, let's make sure that you don't do your own haircuts like Daniel has done, right?
I've gotten compliments on my haircut.
It's all right.
It's not bad. I mean, you look a lot skinnier.
Yeah. Yes. And
I did not know you had fat hair, Daniel.
Have you seen Mike's on his videos? He's got
Toledo.
Oh yeah, he's got the mullet going.
He's getting the flow. Yeah.
Look at this. I got this good little.
Actually, this is the part that it frustrates me is the back of my hair. It's just like
you can't see it.
I don't
so
trust
it's all right.
myself to give me a self haircut back there.
Have the wifey do it.
She does, but she's not very good.
Yeah. And
if I wasn't working in such high end cars, I would give myself a mullet in a heartbeat just to let it go.
Yeah, I will like Tony Thrasher. I'm sorry, Jason Thrasher.
Yeah.
He went full on mohawk. I thought it looked great.
Yeah, it's fantastic. And Jason's my buddy who helped. If I have a hill car, he's the first guy I call.
Yeah.
Because he's one of my favorite people in the world to work with. And
he's a cool dude. I like
super smart.
Awesome guy.
Yeah.
So, and then following up on the PPP, I don't think it's 100% too late, and you never know. There might be another round.
Exactly.
Fill it out and make sure you fill it out with a small bank. Or the ones that hit it out of the park in the beginning, the first round was actually the cyber banks. So Square, Intuit, and a few other cyber banks. They're the ones. They were the big winners the first round. They got everyone funded. So
get on that, guys.
Get on that. And the raffle today, get on it because there's going to be an awesome drawing for tools that are over. Right now we have 1,092, not including Elimident. Elimident is winner's choice, right?
Yeah, whatever they want, as long as it's an Elimident product.
Yes, it has to be an Elimident product.
That's huge.
Oh, yeah. If you're a tool company listening to this, kind of after I went over all the tool company websites, it would be great if you to separate your products from other people's products. I went on Elimident and I just wanted an Elimident section. Like this is Elimident, but they're all kind of like tossed in. I wish I could just click a button that just said all Elimident products or all tequila line products.
Yeah.
But you always have to
search preference.
Yeah, like a search preference kind of thing.
Or filter.
Or filter of sorts.
Anson, you can filter by tequila. I'm just throwing that out there.
You can?
You can?
Yeah.
Tequila's on the left side of the list.
Yeah, there's a whole list of,
Cool.
But you
when
millennials.
Is making the whiskey line? I need some whiskey tools. And then
rum line. I've already put in for it.
I'm a little bit upset that all the sharp tools are called tequila and not like vodka tools because most of what Mark Turkis made the sharp tools popular. So we need a Russian pick.
Yes, this should be Russian.
The Russian standard.
All right. Well. Okay. Well, listen. On that note, on that banter, we're going to end this show. This has been episode 218 with your hosts.
It's over already?
Yeah, it's over, man.
What?
It's
we just got started.
Time to go.
It can't be over.
So, Daniel, what do you got to say, man?
Guys, go to these tool companies and get that free shipping to level up your tools.
Don't do stupid stuff like miss the end of this sale.
And embrace the crazy during this pandemic.
And keep it stiff. Thanks for listening.
Make sure sure to hit that subscribe button so you can stay up to date with all the industry and tool-related news every week.
Mobile Tech RX, the app that helps you make more money.
Visit AnsonPDR.com for the largest selection for just about all your PDR tools, where you'll find hog glue and hog tabs.
Don't forget to grab your Magnatech mat, available at most PDR tool distributors. PDRcontractors.com, developed to connect, promote, and advance the paintless dent repair industry. Start your membership today.
Edgy Tools, it's the little things that make the big difference.